You know, I found my one true passion, making music. There was only one thing holding the gaming community up for years now, and that is music, so I wanted to contribute to the cause and start making my own. What do I do here? Apparently, I need to learn on how to do it. Rome wasn't built in a day, so why would making music be done in an hour? There are several different options on how to do it, but I need something basic. I need something to get me there and fast. This is a total lie. What has two words and has a different meaning every time you use it? Citizen's arrest! Nintendo was at the top of their game with the Wii. If they really wanted to, they could have outsold the human population if they tried. One of the many ways that Nintendo made the Wii so successful is to make all sorts of games for the general audience. Wii Fit, Wii Fit Plus, Wii Play, there were so many different options, and Nintendo was leading heavily into the casual market this generation. They wanted the games to appeal to the masses, so why not a music learning tool that doesn't help at all? Yeah, I'd rather take jury duty. Funny enough, this game was originally shown off at E3 2006 for the Wii's launch, but they delayed it and showed it again at E3 2008. I wonder what took them so long. But this was definitely a different era for Nintendo. They didn't just want you to be playing the games, they wanted your grandpa to play as well. The controller was so easy to understand. This worked well for the simple pick up and play games that was in Wii Sports. So, does Wii Music fare any better? Well, we can't do a second sports game, it's already done 3 years later. Wii Music was another attempt in 2008 to reach a casual market with its simplicity, but somehow it's too simple but too complicated at the same time. Booting up the game, we get introduced to our music instructor, Sebastian Toot. What's really weird about him is that this game is the one and only time he shows up at all. I appreciate the effort in creating a new character, but really, he looks like a me that sounds like Mario that constantly looks high and is asking if I'm impressed by his size. This is not a competition. Overall, we have 6 main game modes in this game to try out, and most of our time is going to be spent in Jam Session. The game doesn't really give you much on how to play, or at least for my experience, because I could not continue in Jam Basics, so on to Jam Sessions it is. After messing around for a bit, we do get to go back into the lessons, and this time it gets more ambitious. But in all reality, it breaks down each instrument in Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and has you recreating it as a rock song. It lets you practice the instruments before you actually record, but it just gives up halfway through on that. But one thing Nintendo didn't skip out on is the different choices in the song department. There's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Do Re Mi, Oh Christmas Tree, all the public domain songs you can ask for and more. There's nothing wrong with it really. The song selection isn't too terrible, but I think they could have done better. And the one song that the game really likes to use is Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. During the opening tutorial, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. During your first song in the jam session, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And the song used in any of the other game modes, you guessed it, not Michael Jackson. I'm starting to get text messages that just say Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's how bad this is. The game has a large selection of different instruments to use. This is really cool to see here. They went through all the trouble and effort to add this many instruments here, and some of them don't even make any sense. But the game is best played with the Wii Remote and Nunchuck. I mean, you could play the Wii Remote by itself, but every time I do this, I always have the same result. This feels stupid. The game technically works, don't get me wrong, but playing this game and all the other music rhythm games I've played in the past, it's like a watered down version of Guitar Hero. The game actively encourages creativity from you, leaving it up to you to play the song how it's supposed to, or just do whatever you want, but you can also turn on the music notes for the song to follow along properly. But I don't know how the dog suit would fit in with Oh Christmas Tree. What were you all smoking during the development of this game? But we also get to rate our own performance after each song. This is fueled by popularity points, and I only have one thing to note about this. Where does this make any sense? The whole idea of a rating system in any game is to let you know how you truly did and have a goal to get better. This just throws everything out the window, going this far to walk me through on how to play the game, how to use the different instruments with a poorly designed flute, and you let me set the highest score for something I didn't even hold the Wii Remote for, let alone try. Seems a little bit redundant, don't you think? Look, Mom, I'm a musical genius. Now, the other modes were way different from Jam Session. Pitch Perfect was quite fun, but it's just a WarioWare minigame collection with a music theme to it. These were fun, and some of them actually being genuinely difficult at times. I mean, it's all done by pointing the Wii Remote, so it's way different than everything else in the game, but at the same time, it gives us a break from the music creation chaos that we normally get to be in the rest of the game. Speaking of which, we can command our orchestra here, and this makes things a lot better. First, we get rated based on how well we did and not something we could put ourselves, but an entire orchestra at our fingertips to go how fast or how slow is really fun. I really like goofing around with this one here, just making something start slow, then slowly speed up the more we go into the song. It still uses the same song selection as earlier, but this time we're not the one playing the songs. But the controls in this game are really good. I seen before the common complaint was that this game likes to double dip with the control input, but throughout my entire playthrough, this only happened maybe once or twice. But like I was saying earlier, the game is best played with the nunchuck attached. You can technically play the game with the Wii Remote by itself, which makes the game more sad than it already is, but this game was meant to make the Wii Remote to be as close to the instrument as they can, and I think they done a good job with it. There isn't a lot of games on Wii that go out of their way and try to teach you the basics of music, so there was really no format at the time on what they should go by. Wii Music is the between point of feeling like a fun game using the gimmick of the Wii Remote and sitting you down and saying, okay, here's what you need to know. I mean, the game done what it was set out to do. It made me feel more confident in making music, so I think it's time I conquered the music software and show the world what I have to offer. Where's the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?